Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kyle. If we haven't met already, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. So today is an exciting day for me. This past weekend, the floors got redone in my office. Now, some of y'all are like, why is that a big deal? Well, the floors in my office up until that point were about 25 years old. It was old carpet, it was gross, and ever since we moved to South Carolina late last year, almost a year ago, we've been talking about redoing my office. And we've kind of been doing this in like stages. It was intended to be done all at once, but we didn't do it all at once. We painted, the ceiling got redone, now the flooring has been redone. So you're starting to see some movement. You're starting to see a little bit of change, and the office is actually becoming my own. So I'm going to take you guys along with me. I want to show you these floors because they look really good. I've already got a little bit of a sneak peek on them yesterday after church, but I want to show you guys, and then I want to talk some about change. Now, change is one of those things most people hate it. Honestly, I'm a bit of a creature of habit. I'm not a huge fan of change. My wife, on the other hand, loves it. She's one of those kinds of people. Maybe you're like this. She'll move the furniture in our house all the time. Like, I can think about one room in particular in our house. I think the furniture's been moved like 10 times in the past month. That's just the way things are. But some of us have this affinity toward change and others hate it. So maybe this video can help you change your attitude toward change. That sounded really interesting. Maybe this can alter how you feel about change in your life and actually look at it as an opportunity to grow and not just as something that's going to leave you feeling afraid, leave you feeling stuck, leave you feeling like anxious about what the future's going to bring. So I'm going to take you guys along with me. We're going to head into the office. I have a few things to do today. Show you guys the floors. We'll chat a little bit more throughout the day. I'll catch you when we get there. All right, so we're finally here in the office. I'm gonna show you what the new flooring looks like in here, but before I do, right now I'm gonna overlay a video, actually a clip from a previous video that we did a couple weeks ago, just so you can see what 25-year-old carpet looks like. It's a huge difference, trust me. So, 3, 2, 1, here's the new flooring. Here's basically, we just had some luxury vinyl put down, but it really transforms the way this room looks. So we had the paint done actually really several months ago, kind of when we first moved here. We had the ceilings done. We actually had the drop tiles put in. It used to just be like the original paneled ceiling that was in this office. So we are slowly making some transitions in here. So this video is going to be functioning in two ways. First, I want this to be kind of stage 1.5 of the office transformation. So we're going to be making some more changes over the next several weeks, and if you continue to follow along, you're going to see these moves. Obviously the paint's done, obviously the flooring is done, but we have some decorating. These doors are actually going to go away. Currently they're nailed shut, so that there's not this weird, because you can see like this is somebody else's office right here. That's all going to be framed in, so that'll be taken care of. Obviously there's going to be a lot of decorations and things that are going to happen. I'm building a standing desk that's going to go right here, so that's going to be really fun. And I would love for you to come along on that journey with me as you can see the transformation. But the primary point of this video is to show you just one small way how change can make a huge impact on your life, even a small change. Now, I get it. Doing something like flooring feels like a big change. But in the grand scheme of things, when you consider this entire building, redoing the floors in 2 or 3 rooms, because we had it done in a couple of rooms, is a pretty minor change. It's pretty small. It only took a day. It wasn't anything crazy. So maybe in your life, there are some changes that could be made. but you haven't made them yet because you're afraid of what might happen. You're afraid of the judgment that might come. You're afraid of what somebody might say if you actually made that change. But that change might be the key to you moving forward and completely changing the trajectory of your life. Sometimes we get caught in these patterns of thinking that keep us kind of weighed down. They keep us from moving forward and making any kind of progress. There's this interesting passage of scripture in Romans chapter 12 where the Apostle Paul's writing to a church in a particular city in Rome, and he says, "Don't be conformed to the pattern of this world, but instead be transformed by the renewing of your minds." Now, Paul's talking about not being conformed to the pattern of sin that everybody seems to be getting caught up in. And sure, that's a reality in your life. Maybe there are those kinds of changes that you need to make. Maybe there are patterns of sin that you need to get out of so that you can move forward in your spiritual journey. But the same is also true just when it comes to making changes in your life. Don't get conformed to the same pattern of thinking that the world wants you to believe, that things will just always be this way, that the way things are is the way things always will be. But instead, allow your mind to be transformed by something outside of yourself. Allow your mind to be transformed by the Spirit of God. And then when that happens, you will see this renewal. Your mind will literally grow and change and be shifted in a different kind of direction. So the question that comes up for me is, what kind of changes are you afraid of making in your life? Maybe it's a little change. Maybe it's actually something that's small but noticeable. So you can't really tell right now because I don't have a ton of hair. But I'm growing out my hair for the first time ever. I've never done this before. I don't know how long it's going to grow. People will ask me, like, "Hey, are you growing out your hair?" And I'll say, like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Well, how long are you going to go?" Because I know some friends that have some pretty long hair. And I'm like, "I don't really know. I'm going to find out when I get there." But this is a big change because I've had the same haircut for 10 years. One of the people that I work with, his name is Sean, he grew out his beard for 7 months. He had a great beard. It was really big. But then he shaved the entire thing off. It was a change that came that in the grand scheme of things is pretty inconsequential. But it totally changed the way he looks. Some people didn't recognize him at first. But it's a change that brought a different kind of perspective on life that showed you that, hey, something can be new and fresh and exciting. So maybe there are some changes in your life that you need to make, some changes that you need to allow to be made for you that are going to move you in the right direction, that are going to enable you to see the world differently, that are going to help you see God differently. Because what happens is sometimes God uses moments of change to bring you along. I can think about times in my life when God invited us to take a step of faith, invited us to step out of the boat of safety that we were in and onto some uncertain waters. But what we found is that every time we did that, growth was always on the other side. There were always better things lying ahead than we thought were behind us. And maybe the same is true for you. Maybe there's some changes that you need to make, but there's actually way better growth on the other side. So I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. What changes are you afraid of making right now? What changes are you thinking about making? And maybe we can help each other move forward to embrace change instead of always pushing it away. I'd love to hear from you. I can't wait to see you in the next one. I hope you have an amazing week as we continue to take another step in our faith journey, whatever step that is. Hope you have an amazing day. Grace and peace, my friends. I'll catch you in the next one.